Companies still need the people. They still need the people who can use the AI. But basically, it will be an advantage for you if you know how to use the AI tools and you are not afraid of them. I had 5,000 products or even more at that time that I got to my blog with a feed. The problem was to find a way, how can I optimize these? Because
in today's episode, I'm going to sit down and talk to Katarina Dahlin, who is a senior growth hacker at General, which is a marketing agency. Katarina will share with us her journey, how she got started, and how she is maintaining her work using automation. Her experience and courage to put herself out there also landed her in international speaking roles where she shared her SEO tips and knowledge.
I was totally scared when I got the invitation to speak at the first conference in Helsinki last year, but I didn't want to be the person who says no to this great opportunity. Do things that you are afraid of, following your dreams.
And let's get started. Welcome back, everyone, to the Aspiring CMO podcast. Today, I have a really brilliant mind with me, Katarina from Finland. Hi, Katarina. How are you?
Hello. Thank you. Nice to be here.
I'm super excited to have you on the show. You've been appearing at multiple SEO events as speaker, and you've got a lot of experience under your belt. And today we're going to talk about your journey as well as applying and using automations, which is super nerdy and I love it. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. So my name is Katarina Dahlin. I'm a senior growth hacker at Genero. We are a marketing agency in the Nordics. I do have a blog that I do a lot of things on, a flower blog. I like to do some testing and trying new things out, especially with AI and automation. Yeah, that's it. I don't have any free time. It's all SEO and AI.
That makes sense. But guessing if you do have some automation set up, then maybe down the line you will have more free time because the robots will do the job, right?
Well, that's the plan, but at the same time, I think it's so fun doing it. So that's basically, yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah. So what are you currently working on at your company?
At my company, well, I work here. I work with e-commerce clients and some B2B clients. So it's very different type of clients. We are trying to take in new automation things and try to do things differently. It's not anymore like before. You did a lot of things manually, but now you have to think how can you improve your old ways of working and how can you use AI and automation? So that comes automatically. And then on my blog, it's a lot about products automations there because it's an affiliate marketing blog. So I'm trying to improve the process there as well.
Could you give me an example, so for someone who is looking into automating something, what exact problem were you able to solve?
Well, for me, it started because I want to do affiliate marketing and bring in some extra cash. So the problem was that I had 5,000 products or even more at that time that I got to my blog with a feed. So the problem was to find a way, how can I optimize these? Because no one has time to sit and optimize 5,000 product descriptions. So that's where it started. And then I started to develop my process, started with creating a custom GPT and optimizing them with custom GPTs. But it still took 5 minutes per product, and that was still too much. So I have to be even more creative. At some point, I got into Make. It's an automation tool. And I started to experiment with that and was able to move the product description writing and my ChatGPT prompts there and automate it. Yeah. So that's basically what I'm doing and also improving the process.
Okay. So if I was to step by step break it down, were you did you CS exported the 5,000 descriptions and put it back to Make, or how did that look like? Or was that on a...
Yeah. So in Make, it's a no-code automation tool, so you can connect different applications. First of all, I exported all my current product descriptions to a spreadsheet just because I like to work in a spreadsheet and it's easier. But then in Make, I connect the ChatGPT and the prompt to the spreadsheet. And then when it runs through the prompt and writes the new product descriptions, it will also add them back to my Google Sheet.
Okay.
So then when everything is done, I can read through them. I also like to read through them so I don't get any weird things. Yeah, and then it's quite easy to just all import everything to your site.
How is that different from GPT for Sheets then?
GPT for Sheets. I tried that in the beginning, but I don't know what it was. I had a lot of problems with it, and it was like a lot of error solving. It didn't really work so easily. I don't know, maybe it was just me or if it, I don't know. But I find this way of working with Make really easy.
Okay. I think that's a very practical example how to use automation. Going through 5,000 product description, that's insane. Like even just manually, like no.
Yeah, you can't. And that's why many web shops are not like optimizing them, because it takes a lot of time and maybe it's not even worth it to do it manually. But yeah, since there is an easy way now with AI that works pretty okay, then why don't do it?
Yeah. What other examples have you talked about at conferences that people have found valuable?
Well, what have I talked about? I have mostly talked about this product description optimization, but it's really fun when after the conference, then a lot of people come and talk to me and they are sharing their own things. They might have done similar things. So it's really fun to hear about like other ways of doing the same thing.
Exactly.
There is not just one way, but yeah, you can be so creative with AI now.
One of my questions that I've been dwelling on recently is like with the introduction of like no-code automations, as well as AI being accessible to basically anyone, how do you foresee the labor force in the future? Like for somebody to get into a company and work as a marketer, do you think that's harder for the young people now? I mean, we are young, but like people even way younger than us, is that going to replace a lot of do you think that by using basically automations and AI will affect company sizes and so on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think companies still need the people. They still need the people who can use the AI. But like basically, it will be an advantage for you if you know how to use the AI tools and you are not afraid of them. And also like, well, the market is like, there are many people looking for one job now because everyone has like layoffs. And so the more you can work on your own projects and the more you have done things with AI or just like doing great things on your own, the easier it will be for you to get in.
Yeah. Do you think that, okay, so with automation, I came across automation at my previous company where a coworker of mine created this a spreadsheet or something, but at the end, we were still had to like quality check all the answers. So in a way, do you think that automation is really just getting us from 0 to 50%, but then we still have to finish off the job? Or do you see that automation will do 0 to 100%?
Well, it's very difficult at least to get it from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to automate things, but to do it well, it's not actually so easy. Yeah, I think like maybe their work is like changing. I think it will be more like building the automations and the systems and also have the quality checks instead of being the writer, for example, who writes everything. And it will be faster and you can do more, but it's really important not to forget the last part, the quality checks and the person.
Yeah. I guess like the barrier to enter, you still need a lot of knowledge or some sort of critical thinking to be able to quality check the AI as well. So on my end, I think despite having automations and ChatGPT, we always need smart people in the team. If somebody, so in the context of social media too, people automate social media captions. If I see a caption, like I can tell that this was 100% done with GPT versus did you put your brain into this one right now?
Yeah,
And with teammates, where I have to literally tell them how to change the caption, that tells me that that person's knowledge is not sufficient, that I could literally just go back to the AI and do the same conversation. Like change it by blah, blah, blah. I could say the same command to an AI instead of that team member. Therefore, I see that people who don't put any critical thinking into their work will suffer or already do.
Yeah. And it's very annoying also to see like ChatGPT created LinkedIn posts, for example. Like I skip them right away.
Exactly. Like it's just so telling. And essentially what I'm thinking, I have a theory, like the only way you can stand out is taste. Do you have taste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hi, if you listen to this far, thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed the show, please leave me a review on either Apple Podcast, Spotify, or my YouTube channel. If you have any feedback for the show, please let me know on the Aspiring CMO Podcast social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, or send me an email on my website. Now, let's get back to the episode. All right, so one thing I want to ask you professionally, Make versus Zapier. What do you think about those two tools? I really like Zapier, but I haven't tried out Make either. So what do you think?
Well, I'm exactly the opposite. I have never tried Zapier. I just jumped straight to Make. Yeah. And got stuck there. So
okay. So for Zapier, you can just do like repeated task, but I'm not sure if that's full on automation.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should sometimes have time to try that out too. But Make works so well now, so yeah. Why change?
Like for example, for me to book and record your podcast, like I just had to send you a link, and then Zapier, like on the link when I ask you some questions for this podcast, it's basically a data entry job to take those answers to a platform, either Google Sheets or I use Notion. So I just use Zapier to basically automate all your questions into Notion so that we can process it later for post-production. But that's just like one task that Zapier was able to help me with.
But can you like connect ChatGPT also to Zapier?
I could, but I haven't tried. I think with GPT, I think I should have like the paid version too, so that I could run multiple prompts. So I did hear very good things about Make. So if I do have time, I do want to try it out. In your opinion, like if somebody wants to try out automation, where should they start learning? Or is that like jump straight into it? Do it.
I think they have pretty good learning materials actually at Make. But to be honest, I have not read a single thing. I just jumped straight into it and started to do it. I don't know if it was a smart thing, but yeah, that's how I do. So I actually spent like quite a lot of time in the beginning just to like understand how it works. But I think it's still worth it to do that. And yeah, just don't give up. Just try to understand how the tool works, because it's really useful then when you learn it.
Amazing.
But there are some good guides as well.
All right. So now let's talk more about your work experience at your agency. What does your day-to-day look like? So if somebody would want to become a senior growth hacker like yourself, and they're like, oh, Katarina, tell me what you do every day, so I could maybe aspire to be you, or maybe take a different path. What does your...
Don't expect the day to be as you planned it. That's one thing. I can do a lot of tasks, and that's what I also like about it. So yeah, I get to do both SEO, and that's of course is a lot of different things in the SEO work. It's content and links and technical stuff, but I'm also involved in like growing a business and like with paid ads, and so I really like that it's not just one client I get to work with, but different clients, and new clients come in all the time. Some clients stop, and you get to learn like so much. And also very nice when working in an agency, when you have colleagues, you always have someone to ask. There are smart people around.
So what does your
I
team
don't know.
look like? Who is your team member? So like you are a senior growth manager, and then who is like around you?
Yeah, so we have like small client teams. There might be, other lead lead growth hackers. There might be juniors working around. If we do like paid ads, we might have a designer. And if we have working with content, we might have a copywriter helping out, and we have a project manager who will make sure that the system works. We have also 4 different offices in Helsinki, Vaasa, Pietarsaari, and Stockholm, so the client teams changes. So you get to work with also a lot of people. But the daily work, I think, well, for me it consists of like doing stuff like hands-on work, but also like a lot of strategy, consulting with the client, problem solving. Yeah, it's very various tasks.
Are you also involved in data analyst job or?
Not so much. Of course, I look at like the reports and numbers and data and take out what I need. But we have like separate data analysts.
Yeah.
Who like handles building the big reports and stuff.
So if somebody wanted to get into a position like you are, what type of skills they have to pick up in their journey?
Well, just have like, I don't know, maybe I would say the growth mindset. Like I started with, I didn't know anything about marketing. Well, start from the bottom, get into like junior and trainee jobs. And don't be afraid to like try and test and experiment with things. Yeah, you will learn at the agency then.
Yeah. Did you start in an agency environment as well, or what did you do in-house first?
No, I came from a complete different field of work. So I was working in a university with like administrative work. So I just started. Yeah, there was a position open and I started. Basically what they were looking for was a person who knows psychology and is good working in spreadsheet. And well, that was me. I did a lot. I worked a lot already in my old company at the university with spreadsheet, and I'm pretty good with numbers. And then I have a degree in developmental psychology. So
that's amazing. So what I'm learning here is that you can, like the way you were transferring skills was very tactical, where the core, like you weren't looking at like, hey, I'm an admin and then hire me. And as an admin, you were like, okay, I was an admin, but these were the core skills that I'm good at and like can provide value to the next company, which makes job hopping a lot easier when an employer can see like, okay, what can you bring to the table with your previous experience?
Yeah, I think in this branch, it's a lot about finding just the right people, and then you can learn in the agency or in the company. And also, I'm not the only one who is like totally coming from a different background. We are many here who did like other things before, completely different things. So it's funny sometimes to see how we all took so different paths but ended up here.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
I have a question which kind of came up to like randomly last night for myself, was like, if in an alternative universe, like in an alternative universe, your strength becomes your weakness, like you are kind of like 180 from what you are today, what job would you take?
If my strength, I don't know. I think I would, okay, I have a backup plan. But when things get too difficult and like too much to think, because there you have to think a lot, and like sometimes it's not even easy in this. So if I turn around, I would do something completely like I don't need to think and like not work a lot with people. Maybe it would be like assembling some parts in a factory and like doing something concrete with my hands.
In a factory?
Yes.
Wow. I was thinking maybe gardening or something. I was guessing that, but
no.
Factory work.
I could like do something like make LED lights or build calibrators or something very concrete and like with your hands.
I see. That's very exciting. All right. So before I let you go, my question is, if you were to go back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self?
It's an advice that I think about still today. Do not be afraid. Do things that you are afraid of. Don't let that stop you from doing your things and following your dreams. It's not easy, but you have to try. And it's even better to try and fail than not to try at all.
Exactly.
That's also how I started to got into the speaking and talks. Yeah, I was totally scared when I got the invitation to speak at the first conference in Helsinki last year, but I didn't want to be the person who says no to this great opportunity just because I'm afraid to do it. Instead, get over it.
Exactly.
Learn and get over it.
That's fantastic. Oh my God. I'm so happy that you took the chance and went outside of your comfort zone. And I hope that it's all inspiring for all of our listeners today. And thank you so much for listening. And if you want to reach out to Katarina, where can they find you?
Easiest is on LinkedIn.
Amazing.
Or my blog, katarinadahlin.com.
Okay, I will link this down in the show notes. So Katarina, thank you so much for joining the show. And I hope to catch you at another SEO conference.
Thank you so much. See you.
See you.